This is the story of Lucky, a carefree young fox who lived in the forest. He's also my younger brother.
From the get-go, it's pretty obvious that Super Lucky's Tale wants to be more than just another Mario clone. The base design is great, mainly being tailored towards kids. The game has a fun atmosphere, simple mechanics, and interesting character models, but are these the only things that Super Lucky's Tale needs to be one of the greats? I was surprised to find out that Super Lucky's Tale was actually a sequel to an Oculus Rift game. I can't say much on how it improves upon its predecessor, known as just Lucky's Tale, but I can speak for how this game operates by itself, which is not very well. I had a very difficult time with this 3D platformer, especially having played the most recent Super Mario Odyssey. It's clear that Xbox wanted to have their own mascot platformer, but failed to nail it on so many different levels. The overall design of the game is wishy-washy. Characters look fun and well thought out, especially the NPCs who burst with personality. The world they occupy could use some of that fun charisma though. The levels are honestly pretty bland, with little to no creativity put into any of them. You have a normal grass world, a desert world, a spooky one, and so forth, but nothing in these places really seemed to stand out. It is disappointing, especially after the poor setup to the story. The overall game just seems like a first draft. Poor design would be fine if the game itself was fun. When the jumping mechanics work, they work well, but most of the time it's nearly impossible to determine where Lucky's going to land on his way down from a bounce. This was infuriating. I constantly died to enemies that somehow were 2 inches next to where I assumed I would land. The most important thing in a platformer is solid jump mechanics, and for some reason Super Lucky's Tale fails in that category. There is a fairly interesting digging mechanic that is underutilized and difficult to control. If they found some way to incorporate digging in new and interesting ways, then it would definitely benefit the rough gameplay. Super Lucky's Tale is a collectathon. This wouldn't be a bad thing if collecting stuff was fun. Each level can only be accessed when Lucky has the right amount of collectibles, forcing you at times to go back and replay older levels to find some hidden secrets. With my impressions of the game already being on the negative side, it is easy to say that I wasn't too pleased with having to go through the same uninspired levels a second time. The only time I would recommend Super Lucky's Tale to a player is if that player was 8 years old or younger, and had no problem playing just about anything. For those who own an Xbox and wish to have an awesome platformer experience, then they should definitely look elsewhere. Adults and children alike, stick to Mario if you own a Nintendo product. I do hope to see another entry in this franchise, but only if there are some major adjustments to gameplay and level design. With some tweaks, this game could be something fun and unique, but sadly it remains just another clone.
After an exhausting search, I had finally found it. The Book of Ages. The book could open doors to strange new worlds. It even had the power to rewrite history. But I wasn't the only one looking for it.